Hey, all my movie maniacs, Final Cut here, and we continue our coverage of some of the films offered by SGL Entertainment. And today we're looking at the anthology film called Forgotten Tales, which is inspired by the Forgotten Tales anthology comic book series. And here we get three creepy tales of various different subjects. We get the babysitter who's terrorized by the mysterious phone call. We also get the story of a woman who gets into a cabin after a divorce, and she moves in and she finds out that it is haunted. And then we get the actress who soon becomes the subject of an obsessed director. And we see how all these tales are loosely interwoven together as the movie Forgotten Tales plays out. Raina Young really gives us an interesting anthology film here, and I enjoyed this one. I very much enjoy anthology films in general, getting to see these short stories, and it was interesting how as the movie played along, you learned that how each of these stories was connected, and I didn't expect that many connections in it, but I liked that. I liked how they did that, and the stories themselves were interesting. The woman who's going through divorce, who gets into the cabin that's haunted, was particularly creepy. I enjoyed the sound design as well as the direction of that story. There's an interesting shot in there that's one continuous shot with clothing disappearing and reappearing on the couch, which I thought was handled very well and very smooth as well in his film. So I enjoyed that scene. We've got a great cast in here. Namely, we've got a familiar face, Kelsey Zukowski, who we reviewed in a number of other films. She shows up as the babysitter in here who's terrorized by the mysterious phone call and killer, and that story got a little hair-raising, I will say. She puts in a great performance, and it does get physical in there as well, and I was interested in how they how physical that role got between the actor and actress in that, and so you don't often see that to that extreme and that well choreographed as well. It was a bit of an intense scene in there, so enjoyed that. And then the obsessed director story also was creepy. These are some creepy tales, and I loved how watching it, how they played out. And how you learn how they're related to each other. Though there was a couple questions in the plot of how one in particular got into a bathtub. There was just a few questions within the plot that had me going, wait, how did that happen? But with an anthology film, and them being loosely tied together, you can be a little more forgiving with that. On the whole, though, I thought Forgotten Tales, for an independent anthology film, is really well done, and it's worth the time, especially if you enjoy anthology films and enjoy indie horror anthology films. Forgotten Tales should be on your list. I enjoyed it. It was a surprise of how much I got into each one of these stories, and I think Raina Young really weaves these three interesting tales together enough to keep you interested throughout. So check it out, Forgotten Tales, SGL Entertainment. We've got a lot more stuff coming for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe if you haven't. If you've seen Forgotten Tales, I always love constructive comments on these videos. Love hearing back from my fans and subscribers. And until next time, keep that ticket stub.